Good morning, first and second graders. Continuing to read Dan Gutman's From My Weirder School, Ms. Sue Has No Clue. Remember, he's a New Jersey author, born and raised here. And this is read with permission of the author and publisher. We're starting on Chapter 6, Cowabunga. I decided not to buy another fish for Ms. Sue. If that one died, then I'd be stuck with 2 dead fish. And I hate dead fish. Me and the gang played a few more games, and then Miss Sue announced that we had raised $2,000. We all whooped and hollered. "Everybody come over to the soccer field," Miss Sue said with her bullhorn. "It's time to play bingo." "We love bingo," we all yelled. We rushed over to the soccer field. It was weird because there was an orange plastic fence around the field. The grass was chalked off like big checkerboard with white chalk lines. "How do you play bingo on a soccer field?" I asked. "Beats me," said Ryan. Some of the parents set up drums and other musical instruments, and they started to play oldies from 1,100 years ago. That's when the most amazing thing in the history of the world happened. A truck drove up to the field, and it was pulling a trailer. Miss Sue opened the door of the trailer, and do you know what walked out of it? A cow. "This is Dr. Moo," announced Ms. Sue. "Welcome to Cow Pie Bingo." "I didn't know that cows ate pie," I said. "They don't, dumbhead," said Andrea. "Cow pies are poops." "Your face is a poop," told Andrea. "Oh, snap," said Ryan. "Here's how we play cow pie bingo," said Miss Sue. "You folks each get to buy 1 square of the soccer field for $20. If Mr. Moo drops a cow pie on your square, you win $100. The rest of the money goes to the school." It sounded like the weirdest game in the history of the world, but all the grown-ups ran over to the ticket booth like they were giving away gold or something. Even my parents bought a square of the soccer field. "Put your money on a square, any square," shouted Miss Sue into the bullhorn. "This game sounds a lot like gambling," said Little Miss Perfect. "I'm not sure that's a good message to send to children." "Can you possibly be more boring?" I said. "Where do you think Miss Sue got that cow?" Michael asked. "My mom got it from Rent-A-Cow," Alexia told him. "You can rent anything." After all the grown-ups got their tickets, Miss Sue brought Dr. Moo out into the middle of the soccer field. "Let the game begin," shouted Miss Sue as she released the cow. All the grown-ups started chanting and cheering for Dr. Moo to poop on their square. It was hilarious. "Poop on number 6, somebody shouted. "I could use $100. "No, poop on number 10, shouted somebody else. There is the cow on the bingo field. "Poop on number 2, Mr. Moo." "Dr. Moo?" Dr. Moo just stood there. Everyone was on pins and needles. Well, not really. We were sitting on the bleachers. If we were on pins and needles, it would have hurt. But everyone was watching Dr. Moo. He was standing in the middle of the field eating grass. It was exciting. Well, it was exciting for about a minute. After that, it was just a crowd of people watching a cow stand in the middle of a soccer field eating grass. "Moo!" mooed Dr. Moo. "What if Dr. Moo doesn't poop at all?" somebody yelled. "Oh, he'll poop," Miss Sue replied. "They fed him just before bringing him over here." "What if he poops on a line between 2 squares?" somebody asked. "I'm the official pie inspector," said Miss Sue. "I will determine which square has the most cow pie on it." Dr. Moo took a few steps and everyone got excited again. The parents with the musical instruments started playing a song. It was a weird song. Dr. Moo stared at the sky for a few minutes. He took a step forward. Then he took a step backward. Then he chewed for a while. "Moo!" mooed Dr. Moo. If you ask me, cow pie bingo is the most boring game in the history of the world. "This would be a good time for you folks to buy some lemonade and cupcakes," shouted Miss Sue into the bullhorn. It took about 1,100 years, but finally something dropped out of Dr. Moo's behind. "We have a cow pie sighting," Miss Sue shouted excitedly as she ran over to inspect it. "It landed on square number 20. "That's mine," some guy shouted, jumping up and down. "I win." The guy got his $100, and everyone cheered as he had his picture taken with Dr. Moo. Miss Sue told us that Cow Pie Bingo had raised another $1,000 for the school. She put the money into the money box. I looked at the giant thermometer. We were up to $3,000 now, more than halfway there. We needed just $2,000 more if we wanted to get the playground and have Mr. Klutz spend the night in jail. What are you looking down here for? The chapter is finished. Read the next one. Chapter 7. You should have been there. "It's time for the big car smash," Ms. Sue shouted into a bullhorn. Car smash, we all asked. What's that? She didn't need to tell us the answer. At that moment, the tow truck came around the corner, driven by our custodian, Ms. Lazar. She was towing a junky old car. Ms. Lazar put the car in the corner of the playground. Then she got out of her tow truck with a sledgehammer. "One swing for $1, she shouted. Then she took the sledgehammer, swung it over her head, and smashed the windshield of the car. It was cool. Me and the guys all rushed over to get in line. Sorry, Miss Sue told us, for safety reasons, only grown-ups are allowed to participate in the car smash. Bummer in the summer. Smashing stuff up with a sledgehammer is cool. I can't wait until I'm old enough to smash things up with a sledgehammer. I would do that all day long. If you'd asked me, they should have a whole TV channel devoting to smashing stuff up with sledgehammers." "Why would anyone want to damage a car on purpose?" asked Andrea. "Because it's fun," all the guys told her. "I don't approve of violence," she said. "What do you have against violins?" I asked. Andrea rolled her eyes. Just about all the dads and a few moms paid for a turn to hit the car with a sledgehammer. A few of them hit it over and over again. By the time they were finished, there was hardly anything left of the car. It was cool. There's a mom with a sledgehammer. Maybe that's a dad. "It is time to play toilet seat toss," Ms. Sue shouted into her bullhorn. Toilet seat toss is a lot like horseshoes, except that you toss toilet seats. So it has the perfect name. Instead of metal stakes on the ground, there were toilet bowl plungers. It cost $1 to toss a toilet seat, and if you got a ringer, you would get a plastic bag with a goldfish in it. I decided not to play the game. "It's time for the beauty pageant," Miss Sue shouted into her bullhorn. Everybody came running over onto the stage. There was a curtain across the front, so we could only see the contestants' high-heeled shoes. Miss Sue asked everybody to donate $1 to sponsor one of the contestants. Me and the gang pushed our way to the front so we could get a good view. "I don't like beauty pageants," Andrea said. "Beauty pageants disrespect women." "I agree," said Emily, who always agrees with whatever Andrea says. "That's good," Miss Sue announced, "because there are no women in this beauty pageant." She pulled open the curtain. Guess who was standing there? Mr. Docker, Mr. Loring, Mr. Mackey, Mr. Louie, Mr. Granite, Dr. Brad, Mr. Tony, and Mr. Harrison. And they were all wearing bathing suits and high heels. "Aren't they lovely?" asked Miss Sue. The men paraded up and down on the stage while this song, "Isn't She Lovely," played. Everyone was laughing their heads off. I thought I was going to pee in my pants. Miss Sue had us clap our hands really loud to decide which of the contestants was the most beautiful. The loudest applause was for Mr. Tony, so he won. I think it was because he has the most hair on his back. Ms. Sue put a crown on his head. And there are all the contestants in this beauty pageant. Pretty funny, huh? It was hilarious. We got to see it live and in person. You should have been there. After that, we all went over to the soccer field again, where Miss Sue had set up a giant catapult that shot pumpkins across the field. People paid $1 to shoot a pumpkin. Then we went to the gym and watched a game of donkey basketball. Yeah, with real donkeys. There was also a dunk tank, a dress your pet costume, a teacher tug of war, a mud wrestling contest for parents, and a bug eating contest. I went to all of them and spent almost all the money my parents had given me. I only had $1 left. The line to the giant thermometer kept getting higher and higher. "We have now raised $4,000, Miss Sue shouted into her bullhorn. Everyone went crazy. We will continue reading. Miss Sue has a clue.